morning and welcome back to my channel. So today is kind of special. It is May 20th, 2020, and I am sitting outside of my school that I'm going to be teaching at in the fall. I should be going inside to see my classroom. Hopefully the principal is here. There are a few cars in the parking lot, but hopefully he's here. I didn't tell him a specific time that I was coming, just that I was going to come this morning, so I hope that that is okay. So I might show you around my classroom if I'm able to get into it. If not, I will tell you about it later. I'm back. Okay, so I didn't record inside the classroom, but I did take some pictures, so I may insert them here. It seems like there's a lot of space. I mean, not too much space, but it is 4th grade ELA, and that's kind of what I was expecting, so that's great. He said maybe social studies. I don't know yet. It'll depend on the team and what the team decides to do in terms of like splitting up social studies and science instruction. And yeah, the teacher that's in that room currently hasn't fully finished cleaning her stuff out. The one thing that I asked him about was tables for more flexible seating. And he said flexible seating is great, awesome. He loves it. The school he was at previously was 100% flexible seating. And this school only has one classroom that's flexible seating. So I know that that will be really great for me to try and incorporate some of those elements. Right now there are just desks and chairs, so I can definitely use that to my advantage because the desks are able to be made smaller and taller. So we may be working on that a little bit. But now I'm gonna head back to my mom's school and see what she is up to. Well, good morning. Today is June 23rd, 2020. And I'm up, I'm dressed. It's about 8:45 right now. I am going to get the keys to my classroom today. I'm really excited. I will probably show like silent footage in my classroom because I'm gonna have some people helping me today and I don't necessarily want to film with them around. But hopefully you'll get to see the before of what my classroom looks like, and then we can work on making it a million times cuter and better, and I'm really excited. So this is the classroom now. It's clear that the other teacher had taken some things with her. She also still left some things, so I don't really know what that's about, but I will take it. The first thing that I did was clean off all the shelves so that I could wipe them down. They were really dusty. I don't know when this classroom was cleaned last because there was a lot of dust and dirt, and the whiteboards were clearly not wiped down. I had to scrape some adhesive off the whiteboard as well, but it was really easy to go in and just wipe down all those shelves so that I can start putting stuff back there. And this was the first day that I was cleaning and trying to set up. This is the second day that I came in. I'm trying to organize the desks in some sort of coherent fashion. And right now I'm struggling with getting a small group area set up because I don't have a small group table or a teacher table, and this is going to double as my teacher desk area. I ended up having to stop in the middle of it to help my nephew move some books into my closet. And so I'm just reaching up on that top shelf because he's not able to yet. But I'm just doing some random things right now, trying to just kind of figure out what I need. I think the next time that I come in, I'm going to have a game plan, all the things that I need to tackle, all the things that need organized or set up. That way I am not sort of scrambling like I am and running around as much like I am in this particular clip in this video. And yeah, so I'm just kind of showing you around what I have so far as of June 23rd. This is my library area, and this is going to change. I have barely any books. What a shame. But first teacher props. And then this area over here is my calm down corner. It is not calm at all. It stresses me out very much. I did go ahead and section off my whiteboard, so hopefully that is what it's going to look like. You can also see how I set up my desks. I have 5 groups of 4 desks, and then I also have 4 lap desks, which you see under my Promethean board right there. This is the other whiteboard. I have some magnetic rods on the board, although they're not able to hold heavy things. So I have sectioned off with washi tape what my wow work wall is going to look like, and then we're getting to my small group, what I figured out as my small group area. And this is my teacher desk-ish area. That's all my stuff that I brought in and I organized on this particular day. Actually, I really like how it turned out, so I feel like that is a +1 for this day. And now I'm just going to kind of show you what I've done with the cabinets. These are definitely going to change, but this is just how it is right now. So I did bring in a microwave from college, and I'm going to bring my Keurig. The bottom shelf, my plan is to use that as student supplies where they can just reach it. Those are my student mailboxes, clipboards, and then I have all the other novels we're going to be reading this year, and then just some other classroom look at around the room. I have all these chairs I don't really know what to do with right now. So I have the first 3 books that we're going to be reading this year. I have each of these little shelves with a group bucket that I'm going to try and figure out how to do the group supplies. I have this filing cabinet down there that I don't really know what to do with at the moment. And then this other empty closet. So this is day 3, and I'm just adding all of my coat hook numbers. I did realize at the end of this that I'm missing a hook, so there's a big gap in between 2 of my numbers. But hopefully they won't add a hook in later, because that would really mess up my count. But I have 27 hooks. Here I am working on my bucket seats. I'm just taking off the little sticker that's on them and putting the lid on and setting them under the desks. And I wasn't sure how to get the lids to stay on because they wouldn't sit tight. They were just kind of barely sitting there, but I'll figure that out later. I really wanted to take the handles off of these, but it didn't work, so I left it. But I did go ahead and work on this random thing before I moved on to the legs of the desks. So I'm making them shorter so that they fit the bucket seats a little bit better. I struggled with this a little bit because it was wobbly at first, but then eventually I fixed it and it was fine. And I was going to fix the rest of these and I just didn't get around to it on this particular day, so I started working on my wow work wall. I put blue painter's tape up in a straight line to make the papers straight, and I glued the papers to the painter's tape, and the clothespins are glued straight to the wall. And welcome to day 4 of classroom setup. Today I am moving my desks around again. We got a letter saying that all of our desks need to have the students sitting the same way if they're using like tables, and even though I'm using desks, I still tried to move them in the same way. My parents came to help me this day, so that's what I am working on, helping them get started so they can help me out a bit. My mom was in charge of the bulletin boards, my dad's in charge of the height on the desks, getting them lowered and raised if needed. Another thing the district told us is that students should be able to bring their own water bottles, so I'm just putting this shoe organizer up so that the students have a place to put their water bottles. And I'm definitely recording my mom on my phone. Oh. And this is my mom doing the bulletin board. We changed it up a little bit and we put like a quarter of it with pink, which you'll see in just a second. But this is everything that we did today. We updated the library area and see there's that pink. It says books we're reading. This is kind of my calm down corner and my board, which hasn't changed in the last 2 visits. Like I said, the desk arrangements have changed. And now I'm going to show you something that I'm excited about. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do this because of social distancing, but this is my lineup line. These are 3 feet apart, these numbers, and literally they go around the entire outside of my classroom, and I'm just going to walk you through the entire line really quickly. So another thing that we did was my dad and my nephew organized the first 3 novels that we're reading this school year. I also brought in my Keurig, which is on the other side of that blue cube, and I moved my computer over to this area. And I wanted to point out my sign says grade 4 is a hoot because I love owls, and I got these really cute fake purple and gold flowers to match our school colors. Good morning! Today is July 13th, 2020. I'm in my classroom. In 1 week, I'm going to start new teacher orientation. So today, I'm just kind of going to give you an update about my plans. I've updated my to-do list up on the board over there, and I'm just unloading a box that I brought in, setting some things up, and I'm going to take you along. After unpacking all that stuff, I decided to go ahead and divvy up the index cards that I bought. Target was having a sale, so I got 6 packs of index cards, and thankfully they were multicolored, and the only color that I'm still missing is pink, so that's the one group that I wasn't able to get index cards. But I then worked on getting my pickles and ketchup folders in the student mailboxes. So they'll use those, they'll put papers in that they don't finish in their catch-up folder, so they'll catch up on those assignments later. And then when they finish all their work, they can pick some activities to do from their pickles folder. So I did that for both my classes that I should be having. The next thing that I did was work on putting headphones into this shoe organizer. There are 30 slots, thankfully. I ended up only doing 24, I think. But then I just marked off what I think I'm gonna do for seating, which is have kids sit on either end of these rows. And then you'll see that reflected in the seating chart that I'm about to create. I'm working on that right now. I just put some strips of magnetic tape down and some colored circles, pink for one class, green for the other class. And I just took some sticky notes and covered up the seating spots that I didn't want the students to choose. And the idea is that they're gonna put magnets to show what seat choice they're picking for that week. Then I started working on putting the numbers on the magnets. These I made with my Cricut Joy, and so I have green ones and I have pink ones that correspond to the magnets. The magnets came from Dollar Tree. I got 4 packs of 8, and this actually was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It was kind of tedious just sitting there working on all this, but it was over pretty quickly, thankfully. I did struggle with the magnets on the actual chart, so we'll just have to see how that goes. But I only did 20 so far, and so this is what we've got so far. I didn't change anything in the library, and I will probably be updating that sooner. The nook that I have right there has changed just a little bit. I put my signs up on top of the board. I spaced out my lap desk so they're 6 feet apart. I don't know how that's gonna work, but so I have some magnetic rods holding up a chart. Haven't gotten to my wall work yet. I keep forgetting tape to put it up, but then this is the rest of the stuff that I have done so far. So this is where I'm storing the seating magnets for now. That may change, I don't know. I really haven't figured out the procedure yet for doing that. I do think they're going to choose their seat once a week, so that should be fine. This is another shot of their mailboxes right here, and then this is the finished seating chart. And I put up some pictures. And welcome back to day 6. This is my final day in the classroom, and one of the big projects we did today was create this bulletin board on the whiteboard, and I was terrified of getting hot glue on the whiteboard, so I just left some painter's tape loose so that I could put a pink border around it, and I feel like it came out really well. It took a lot of time for us to figure this part out. My grandma was helping me this day, but I like how the final product looks, and I'm probably going to do a pink sheet with a green border around it. I finally updated my library. The 2 top rows are fiction and the bottom row is nonfiction text. The other thing that I worked on was obviously the bulletin board. And I finished my wow work wall. Yes, I'm so excited about that. The last thing that I finished was the organizer. I just labeled them with numbers so each student would have one. So now we're going to look at everything that I've done so far.